Amidst the busy crowds and hanging posters that covered Chittagong in Bangladesh during the 2010 City Corporation elections, an altogether more quiet but nonetheless significant change was occurring. Jesime Tuli, a Bangladesh Election Commission official, was carrying out her duties as the country's first ever female returning officer from the Election Commission. Jesime has a history of breaking new ground. Since beginning her career as an assistant secretary at the Bangladesh Election Commission in 1984, she has worked tirelessly and the first female deputy election commissioner in Rajshahi, as well as the director of the Electoral Training Institute for nearly 5 years. Over the years, her knowledge of Bangladesh's electoral systems and laws, her experience in both national and local elections, and her determination, honesty and clear leadership qualities have earned her the trust and confidence of the Commission. A constitutional parliamentary democracy, Bangladesh has a thriving and vibrant democratic culture. As well as the 300 elected members of the national parliament from single-member constituencies, citizens are represented through elections at city corporations, municipal and sub-district, right down to representation at the Union Parishad, or the lowest level of government across the country. Yet Bangladesh continues to face challenges familiar to many countries across the world when it comes to women's involvement in politics and elections. In the national parliament, there are presently 64 women MPs, 19 directly elected and 45 from women-only reserved seats. In recent municipal elections, only 4 women were elected councillors from nearly 2,000 positions. Women are underrepresented in the various tiers of government in Bangladesh and are barely represented at all in the management of elections which facilitate this representation. Because of this, Jesime's appointment as the first ever female returning officer was indeed a groundbreaking moment for Bangladesh. A returning officer is an election official responsible for overseeing elections in one or more constituencies. In Bangladesh, deputy commissioners are traditionally appointed as returning officers. Returning officers play a critical role during an election, are responsible for the overall management and security, provide guidance to presiding officers, and have the authority to cancel or postpone an election if and when the situation warrants.
We were pleasantly surprised to see Jesime Tuli there as the returning officer. This is the first time we came across a lady returning officer. Obviously, people had some kind of apprehension. How will a woman returning officer do? Because this is the first time there is a woman. But I had all confidence on Jesime Tuli, especially when I saw her being interviewed by the media. She was very confident.
In the past few years, the Election Commission has worked to sustain the electoral reforms of the successful 2008, supporting and promoting good electoral practices and trialling new technologies such as electronic voting machines. As part of these reforms, supported by UNDP, the Commission is also working to strengthen its independence, and thus the independence of the electoral process. From the construction of decentralised independent offices that house the electoral roll database, to increasing the skills, knowledge and autonomy of its own staff to reduce reliance on local administrations, the Commission has sought to build its own capacity to deliver the free, fair and credible elections that the people of Bangladesh desire. In this sense, while the appointment of Jesime is a clear step towards gender parity within the electoral management system, it is also part of changes in this system that promote the best and the brightest and empower Commission staff. Yet for Jesime, the important thing is just getting the job done.
When I work, I don't think of myself as a woman trying to complete a task. I rather try to complete the task as a responsible officer. I first identify the challenges and obstacles associated with the task and work on them systematically and logically. I request all women to think of themselves as officers and not women officers. If we keep that in mind, many of the challenges we face today as women can be overcome.
এটা ভাববে যে আমি একজন মহিলা তার জন্য আমার রাত 2টার সময় কাজ করতে কোনো অসুবিধা নাই
The Chittagong City Corporation elections were a success for the Election Commission. A total of 1,688,000 votes were cast and the elections themselves were free, fair and credible. During the course of the day, Jesime Tuli visited more than 40 polling stations, upholding the rules and laws of the Commission, including some in rural and remote areas. Of the numerous complaints she received, each was resolved to the satisfaction of the political parties, candidates and voters. In this very public role, her conduct was hailed as courageous, honest, and dedicated by various international and domestic observer groups, the national media, and the Commission. And her success has sent a strong message across the country. Women are equally capable of performing management tasks and taking on responsibility. They just need the opportunity and outlet to prove themselves.
For my female colleagues, I would just like to say that women are also capable and can achieve goals if they set their mind to it.